we've
This
been
is a
like
conversation.
Where is it taking place at?
So
at one of the main computer consoles, right?
Can I
it's
turn
in
on the intercom?
It's literally in the room where like the chess set is and where Luke does his training. So it's just down the hallway from the cockpit. So you can literally turn around in your seat and watch this, Jax.
Okay. Excellent.
I mean, I just like this is a conversation probably everyone should hear. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it, Coral.
Sorry, there was just like someone dying outside my window there for a moment. Yeah, they finished dying. So I can imagine like you just sort of lean back in your chair, and I just sort of lean on the console. And I'm like, hey,
What do you want?
I think you know why I'm here.
Look, I'm sorry about the HoloNet thing. Okay.
Oh no! I don't give a fuck
trace.
about I don't give a fuck about what you did to the HoloNet, man. I really don't, because you know more about that shit than I do. What I'm mostly worried about is, you put this entire ship under risk by doing what you thought was a good idea and sort of, I assume, hacking someone or posting to Facebook. I don't know what you did.
Space.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you did. All you need to know is, please don't do it again. There are plenty of lives here that don't want to go back to, making someone happy with their body.
So I like
very
throw
much.
down a data pad, and I'm like, I've logged here, here, and here where crucial mistakes were made by Dargo. You see, this entry here was made way too slow and could have been entered at a time before the tracking system got a hold of our numbers in the first place. And I started going through.
Arthur, can I press a button on my HoloPad to like silence Toby at the moment?
No.
Oh.
I pick up the HoloPad and I'm just like, yes, I see.
And then
Toby,
I'm like,
do me a humongous favor, would you please?
I just like finished it, and I'm like, and therefore it will never happen again now that we've corrected the error.
Okay. I do wish you to do one more thing for me, if you could.
Anything you need.
From this point downwards to this point, I want you to print that out, and then frame it, and then put it above Dargo's station, like right there on the wall. Could you do
I
that
probably
for me?
have like a printer in my like lower
I don't
back.
think Star Wars actually has printers. Like that's
So
not
I just
a thing.
start.
You just start
Well, I
drawing.
don't know, laser it onto the wall or something.
Yeah, like printing out like this. Just
That
like,
way,
just
when
move your
Dargo
hands and it's
thinks, you know what, I'm going to hack something, he looks up at this wall and he sees that his last failure almost cost everyone their lives and freedom, and then he will decide not to do that anymore. That's a great idea. Toby, you're a brilliant robot.
I whip
Thanks
up like
for
a
coming up
real
with
quick
that.
like floating hollow, like it's like the 10 Commandments stone with like all the stuff carved in it, and it like rotates, like perfect hologram. Like there we are, sir. Perfect reminder.
All of the things.
What did we learn, Dargo? What did we learn?
So we
We
now have
learned
two
that
rules on the
people-
ship, yes.
We learned that it's very unwise to threaten the one keeping the ship registration valid. Go about your business. And I turn and just ignore you from here on out. Like I like notably agitated.
I'm like making like lighting adjustments to my like hollow projection.
Make it pink. Make it pink. You'll notice
Like,
it more.
To match the
pink.
cyan.
Now, Dargo, you can buy a restraining bolt and fit it to Toby, and then you can force him to do what you want.
I was just going to like hack his voice modulator or something to do something.
Yeah, you could.
Now, the robot
But
didn't do
that's
anything.
fine. No, that's fine. I like otherwise Toby
Robot.
actually becomes a second class player character at that point.
Also,
It could be immediately silenced at my whim.
Dargo, you should really go and thank Jax because of his competence, we were able to avoid your incompetence. Full circle.
Uncanny pilot we have here. Uncanny.
Absolutely, yes.
Good show, sir. I like shout
Now,
out to
I
the
am
captain.
going to go put on some more wigs to see which one suits my face the best. And then I walk away.
That's when the ship
Can
sits
I,
down on the
Arthur,
landing
Try
pad.
the red ones.
I also
Hello,
ask
folks.
Toby to do a printout of the wanted poster for Coral and post it on the pilot's door leading into
Yeah, I do like a little color correction and like make it look a little more like him.
a little bit better. Yeah.
It really
And,
is a ghastly
Yeah,
photo.
so I'm like
So-
walking back and forth, like going to his room and like trying to like set up a hologram to like remind him of his failure, and then going and like posting a wanted poster, and they're like,
Excellent
noticed
work
that-
there, Toby. And
Toby's
Jax,
just
excellent
doing.
flying there. No matter what, it's always nice to know that you've got your hand on the trigger
I,
or the
tur-
joystick, as it may be.
I turn
And then
around
I-
with a grin on my face.
You show the Bothan fangs. And
The Bothan fangs.
Yeah,
with
well, the Bothan teeth.
the death stick, apparently. Much
Yeah.
better name for it. Between
Cigarette. Yeah.
The
So
space fags? Yeah.
the landing pad you're landing on is just big enough for the YT-1300 and a couple of like air speeders, but also on the pad they're currently wheeling out a TIE interceptor. And you can see they're like prepping it for flight. There's a guy that's like moving it backwards, and there's a stormtrooper that's like doing hand signals. A distinguished gentleman wearing the like a planetary militia outfit with kind of a tan interactive cream is standing at attention at the foot of your landing ramp, and you guys can see him from the cockpit. He's just standing there waiting for you guys.
The interceptor. I would love to get my hands on one of those. You know how those things handle? Like a dream.
What's wrong with the old, whatever the fuck we called this thing?
The
Shadestar.
YT, the Shadestar. Well,
Yes.
it's a transport ship. That is a fighter ship. It's so maneuverable.
Maybe we can buy you one with all the money we get.
Yes, but no warp drive. You see.
The interceptor, I believe, has a warp drive. The
That's an
TIE fighter
advanced.
does not.
No, interceptors don't. Only
Oh, they
advanced.
don't.
They are
Oh,
short-range
advanced.
fighters.
Defenders also have them, but those
Defenders
don't come about
have
for
them.
10 years.
Uh,
Concentrate on the here and now, young Padawan.
As you continue to dream about your future Imperial starships, just
I like how you
probably
put
a
that,
little
too.
worrying to the rest.
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
rest
I
of
try
the-
to,
no.
can I
just,
try to get an ID on the guy? Like,
just out of
Yeah.
character? Just out of character, so you guys know I love playing TIE interceptor lists in X-wing. Just nothing but interceptors. They're so much fun.
So let's see, what skill would you use to identify him? I don't think this has a convenient skill like recognize in Pendragon.
Probably. Oh, specifically the person.
Yes.
Perception?
Either knowledge outer rim.
Yeah, I would do knowledge outer rim.
Oh, okay. I have a.
Streetwise would specifically not apply here.
Okay, so I get 2 greenies.
Sure. You're just going for 2 purples. It didn't sound like any... I'll give you a blue die because you specifically looked up information on the senator before arriving here.
2P.
You also get a... Oh, that's a blue.
It's a late blue. It's a late bloomer.
So, what you learn about this man, you can't get his name, but you do get his rank tag. Despite
Okay.
the fact his uniform is relatively empty, he does have a rank of general.
Okay.
That's in the planetary militia, not the Imperial forces.
Sure.
Yeah, and I like just send that in like a text too. Does everyone have comlinks, or is it?
I have.
I know Dargo.
If you bought comlinks, you have.
Yeah, I know Dargo does.
But
I bought one.
I'm attached to the ship's computer at the moment, so yes, I would be able to get that information.
Yeah. So I'm
and
just
relay
like,
it.
seems there's a general here. Can't identify him. Like send it off as a voice.
Well, yes, obviously. I mean, that's obvious.
I actually would like to have this scene framed where it's the landing ramp and you see the steam coming out, and probably there's a couple loose wires hanging because it's a Corellian ship. Even if it's brand new, the guy's standing there with his hands behind his back, and all we have is the voiceover of everybody talking, and he's standing there, like, occasionally checks his watch.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just walk outside. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
reason why I wouldn't.
Yeah. Dargo's gonna stay on the ship.
Take the keys out, so to speak. Pick up my gun.
What's on your
Stop.
keychain?
TIE interceptor.
A little foam
Little
one.
tie.
The little TIE interceptor.
Mhm.
Of course.
So it sounds like you're the first one down the ramp, Coral. The general extends a hand out to shake yours. He's got sideburns, like red sideburns, and a red mustache that's finely groomed. And he looks like a very serious man, but he breaks out into a wide smile and says, "Mr. Dargo."
Yes, that is me.
Ah, excellent. My name is General Stapes. I'm
Oh.
the manservant for the senator in exile. He kind of like in exile part. He's still getting used to senator in exile, and Lord Niels.
Oh,
If you'll
yes.
please come with me, will anyone else be escorting you?
I look up at the thing and I'm just like, I believe 2 people. Sorry, a person and a droid. Droids are allowed here?
Of course.
By the way, I really enjoy your facial hair. I wish I could grow some.
Thank you.
You know, Twi'lek can't grow it.
Well, I happen to know that there's a program here on this very planet that Senator in exile, Niels, has been sponsoring for facial hair transplants for Twi'leks. It's amazing what we've been doing in our hospitals on the southern continent.
Do you think I could get a pigment as bright as your own?
Ah, well, well, you'd have to wait on the waiting list, of course. Perhaps if you were to gain some favor with someone in the government.
I like Tweak and invisible mustache, Arthur.
So as he's saying that, he's gesturing towards the manor house.
I
If
follow
you
him.
were to
Just-
gain favor,
I see. Well, let's do one thing at a time. Facial hair.
are you muted,
Yes.
Virgil?
Oh yeah.
I'll be
I just
coming
say-
to the ramp about this time.
Speaking about
And-
facial hair, meet my companion. This one's name is Jax. And this droid over here goes by the name of T0BY, or we like to call him Toby.
Hello, sir.
Ah, I see. A surgical droid. Do you
I like spin a little like thing. Zzz.
do you feel you'll need medical assistance while within our facility?
I actually prefer to keep him around just for the entertainment value.
As,
like spin the
as
thing
party
again.
planners, I
Zzz.
understand completely. Do you use him to cut cakes or something?
Actually, he juggles.
Really fascinating. Well, gentlemen, if you'll come this way, and he like gets into a luxury airspeeder just to go like 100 feet to the house.
Of course, of course.
I do actually like when he's saying that I'd entertain. I do like a perfect little like mime box, like exactly to the micron.
All right, so I'm gonna move a black die over to the white die section. As a unit of like 4 stormtroopers on each side forms up beside the airspeeder on each side and just marches you guys. So the airspeeder is literally moving at like March speed towards the house, and the stormtroopers are doing like drill stuff where they're marching, but they're also like raising their rifles and twirling them. And Stapes is just kind of smiling smugly. He's like, "My apologies, Mr. Doggo. They want to show off for all of the Senator in Exile's guests."
They're very impressive. Now, Arthur,
Are they?
You're
Are
going
they
to
really?
are you going to have to remind me, are these actual clones or are these like people?
No, there
that-
were no clones. Plus, all the clones died like 20 years
Okay.
before this started out.
Very
These
good.
are actual recruits and people.
How long have they been in training for?
So he's like, I can't speak to them individually. We have a veteran contingent here, however.
Excellent, excellent. Will they
While
be
the
joining us?
senator in exile may no longer belong to the Imperial Senate, he is still a lord on the planet.
I see.
The sash, you understand.
I 100% understand what this Star Wars flavor is.
Arthur, I'm hearing all of this through Toby's comm link. I
Okay.
assume he has it up, so I can
Sure.
kind of keep an eye.
Yeah.
One thing kind of caught my ear, and I'll probably spend some time on the ship investigating. Hospitals on the Southern Isles or Southern,
Southern
continent. Yeah, Southern continent. Brought up on multiple occasions. Mentioned the hospitals there. I'll probably do a little bit of digging while I'm on the ship.
As you know, in Star Wars, there is no such thing as coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to make that roll now while we have everybody else go inside?
Yeah, sure.
I don't
Well,
know
I
if
mean,
this would specifically be a computer's roll, although I guess it could be.
I mean, it could be knowledge, it could be computers, it could be like whatever you want.
Well,
Could be,
isn't knowledge
light
used when you
armor.
don't have a source of getting information?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean,
'Cause you
I
already
don't know
knew
much
it.
about the Star Wars universe, but if he says there are hospitals on this other side of the planet, could you not just Google that?
HoloNet.
They don't
that.
have
You
Google, actually.
you
They have the
HoloNet
HoloNet. And
Well, I mean,
that's
I'm staying on
all
the ship
the HoloNet is completely controlled by the Imperial, so...
Yeah.
Yes, you can computers it, if you would like to. The difficulty here... what kind of information are you aiming for, I guess, is the question.
General information, and I'm kind of suspicious of this guy to begin with. He's wanting to leave the planet. So anything that he's involved with, I kind of look at with a suspicious eye to see if there's anything dirty going on.
Okay.
Well, he said he was
And
shipping
who were
medical supplies. Things.
Yeah, how are you checking in on this? Like, are you breaking into the hospital, or are you breaking into the Imperial Records database?
So I'm landed
there are
on...
many ways. There are many differences in between there.
Sure.
Yeah, you could
we're on the
check a
planet, so I'm
newspaper
assuming
company.
we have access to the planetary network, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'll use the planetary network specifically to track down any information that I can find. It'd
Okay.
probably be a little bit better access than the Imperial network anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna be 1P, but the information you're gonna get is extremely limited.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be whatever's available publicly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what am I? Oh, for the
1P.
planetary network?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're checking what's available from an open Wi-Fi connection.
Wow. Open Wi-Fi.
Like
Would
this-
I get more
it's like this
information if I
Wi-Fi is
connected to
not
the
secure.
HoloNet?
Yeah, you. Well, I mean, again, how you're setting your difficulty, but you're also, maybe if you hacked Imperial intelligence, they would be like, yeah, we have all sorts of information on these guys.
And also, we just found out you hacked Imperial intelligence. And we're
Yeah.
happy about
Yeah.
it.
After
Nice
you look-
despair you rolled there, buddy. Turns out we're back hacking you right now.
So Dargo is pretty wary about connecting to the Imperial network so soon.
Yeah,
after
there's a
alert.
nice little trophy on your desk that you can't
Yeah, he's
take
about
away.
to, and then he looks up and there's a floating
It's
hologram.
like if Bothans could frown, there would be a frown. He looks
Yes.
over at the wanted
You
poster.
could connect to the
on the
Bothan
corner and
network,
smiles.
right?
Okay, so 1P, is that right?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Bothan network. What about that?
Yeah, that one.
Hack the Bothan spy network?
No,
Well, I
just
mean, you
don't
don't
use it.
necessarily have to hack it. You could call somebody, right? You
You
could call it some favors.
Yeah,
right?
but he wouldn't, given that he knew that two of the names he knew from the Bothan spy network were listed as dead.
Just trying to see if I could trick you into that one.
Yeah, he's wary of anyone at this point in the spy network. So
See if I could get you to name the Chandrian.
name the what?
Name the. Don't worry about it, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so you basically know everything about the hospitals that Senator Neal has established. They're several hundred years old. His family has been upkeeping them in general. Recently, there was some flooding on the southern continent, and the supplies that have been coming in are being like airdropped and airshipped. There's way more than what they need. What you definitely get with seven
Wait, they
successes.
sent more than the people needed? Is
They
that what you
sent
said?
much more than the people needed. So normally in an emergency, you end up with less than what you need. These guys have way more than what they need. And most of the supplies are more what you'd see on a battlefield than what you would see for, like, flooding. So there's, like, triage kits and, like, like laser wound kind of
Patches.
stuff. Less of, like, Bacta patches and, something for, like, drowning or for a species that couldn't handle water.
Antibacterial stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dargo relays this information to Toby, who I don't think has an opportunity to tell everyone else, but
No.
Excellent.
I
When
don't.
you
I
attempt to relay the information to Toby, all you get back is static.
shit.
Unless you
is
want to try to
is
punch
he
through
still
this-
receiving? I mean, I have an open channel,
He
but
can't unless he wants to try to punch through the comm jammer.
okay, yeah. So I mean, I'm not. I mean, he's just passively getting all this stuff, and at some point it fuzzes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The comms janner, what mechanics or what skill would that be?
I think
Mechanics or
it's still
computers?
computers. Let me look up the exact gear. Didn't know I need to use it so soon.
We
I was
get
gonna
right
get
into the
one,
fucking
but-
mechanics, Arthur. We like those mechanics.
Yeah, I know. I should have anticipated this. I thought he'd go inside, but what do I know, man? He literally hides in the ship constantly. Right,
Hey, he's the
one's
driver of
me.
this universe.
Arthur, I have
suppose.
absolutely no way to fight whatsoever, and I kind of like the fact that Coral is taking my name and drawing attention.
I don't. I seriously don't. Like, Arthur's like, oh, hey there, captain of the ship who's not Dargo, motherfucker. God damn it. And what am I
You
going to
said,
say? No,
"Are
I'm
you
not
Mr. Dargo?" And the first thing you said was yes, and I was like,
I know,
"Ah,
which is
Tiffany
really
roll."
slick. It was a good reaction, like for
Yeah.
the scene.
It's,
you know?
it's
Okay.
easier than to try and say that I killed him and I'm taking his place. It's so much easier. So much easier.
To break through the comm jam, you need 2 purple and 2 black dice versus scrambling. So I think, you're going to be able to break at least one of those black dice off.
Okay.
You could say you're his second in command. or
And
something
don't we
like
have a white or a
But I'm in
force
command.
die?
That's the problem. I'm the captain of the ship.
You have 2 force die.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to break through and send this information.
Okay.
So another computer's check, 2
Use a
purple.
force
So why is it important that we know about fucking hospitals? Like, what's the point?
Just because they're sending, like, they're arming troops is what they're doing.
I think it's more specifically Dargo doesn't like being out of the loop. Like he doesn't like the fact that he has no eyes in there. He doesn't know if he needs
That's
to,
because
like,
you're not with
take off
us.
So it's
yeah.
2 purple and 2 black.
2 purple and 2 black, and I have Codebreaker and or bypass security.
So Codebreaker is what's going to play here.
Okay.
'Cause
Oh,
you're breaking a
Codebreaker?
code. Yeah, you're breaking a code.
Okay, so Codebreaker actually lets me reduce the difficulty of a Codebreaker check by 1.
Okay, so it's 1 purple and 2 black.
Yeah, I won't use a force dice.
Good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you completely destroy the codes. You're basically just like, jamming? What jamming?
Yeah. So, reestablish contact, send the information to Toby, and add a little note that something's not on the up and up. They're preparing for a war here, not a disaster relief.
So what we see is Dargo wiping the sweat off of his forehead fur, and then and we come back to Toby, Coral, and Jax entering the foyer, where it's Anthony Hopkins, but it's Anthony Hopkins from Thor playing Odin as a kindly grandfather. And he's like,
okay.
"Ha ha, gentlemen, welcome. I am Senator Niels Trantor."
I actually have a question. Did you mention the fact that you had to clear a comm jammer? get through?
Yeah, because I think you
'Cause-
you might have already noticed because you would have lost contact with the ship. Like that is something you as a droid would have noticed.
Oh yeah, maybe. It'd probably
so,
just, like,
but yeah,
drop
I
out.
can
and then I'd
tack
probably
that
get
on.
the text.
Yeah, I absolutely just encoded the symbol with loss correction and blasted it over massive amperages, and now you have signal again. Awesome.
Right. Okay. Blasts in. I'm like, Jesus, that's loud.
I directed this at your head, and yeah.
So the senator sort of extends his hand and says, "Mr. Doggo."
Yes, that is I shake your hand. And I shake his
he
hand.
wraps his other hand around and does a double handshake JFK style. He's like, "Such a pleasure to meet you.
I bring him in for a hug, Arthur.
I'm so... Oh, thank you, young man. Thank you so much. Very passionate.
You smell great, by the way.
Oh, it's the sandalwood.
Mm.
My wife buys it for me.
Oh, make sure to compliment your wife.
She'll be along shortly. I believe she was going for a ride later.
Oh, horses?
Uh,
Space horses?
so, someone in full tie gear, except for the headpiece, shows up. It's clearly a woman. Probably very attractive body type, the hourglass figure. But heart-shaped face, she looks kind of like Zooey Deschanel with curly black hair. And she's taking her
you
earrings
shouldn't
off and putting them in a bowl, like, by the front door. And she's like, "Oh, Niles, I didn't know we'd have guests. I was taking the interceptor out. I am Lady Trantor. Are you the
Part of my...
party planners my husband was hiring?"
Yes, that is us.
Oui, that would be us. That is a lovely interceptor you have out there.
Oh, thank you. It's the latest model. We got it directly from Cinar Fleet Systems. Lord Vader himself signed the wing.
What does his signature look like? I'm curious.
An electric
Does he draw like his face? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Can we just make it that he draws his face with a big V behind it? or
No,
something?
it's signed Anakin Skywalker, of course.
With a smiley face?
Anakin with like a little hearts over like the eye.
No, why are you doing this? Come on. The what's over the eye is the Imperial symbol with that
Oh,
like
hey,
hate,
there's a big-
the
He
circle with
actually
the
took
hate.
all the time to draw that imperial symbol over the eye.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. I must take a look at it so at some point.
So-
if that's okay.
The Lady Trantor like puts her hand on your shoulder and she's like, "You should speak with me later once I get back. We can look over the specs together." And then kind of like pushes past you to head out to the open cargo area and like putting her TIE Interceptor helmet on. You know,
Is
it's
she like human looking, Arthur?
she is a human, yes.
Okay, good.
She's just wearing TIE fighter gear. So
It's, I have to ask these
it's pure
questions.
black leather. Yes,
I was
everyone
gonna-
you've encountered on this planet so far is human.
Okay, great, perfect.
So the senator is like, Mr. Doggo, who is this gentleman here?
Which one?
Okay, so he points at Jax and says, I'm afraid I didn't make your acquaintance.
I introduced them when we came down the alleyway, if you remember, Arthur.
That was
Oh, wait, no,
that was
that was the other guy.
Stapes. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, absolutely. How rude of me. This is my companion, Jax. He's our pilot and all-around good guy. And this little droid here is T0BY. We call him Toby because he's a cute little rascal.
So he does the double handshake to Jax as well, and kind of like claps you warmly on the back, and says, "So good to meet you. It's always nice to have a good pilot around, especially with the kind of party that I'm planning to have."
Yes.
They say your name is Toby, yes?
Yes, sir, Toby.
So
Nice
he
to meet
reaches out to give you a handshake as well.
Excellent. Yeah, I like get to use my new like correctly made arm to firmly shake his hand.
You know, so many droids in the Imperial forces have their memory wiped constantly, but I find that those droids that are allowed to gain personality end up being so much more useful. Do you not agree, Mr. Toby?
I do agree, and so does the crew. They quite enjoy having me along, and I don't think they'd have it any other way, really.
His personality numbers are super through the roof. We fitted him out that way, and then he just grew. Can you believe it?
Mr. Toby, you
Androids.
seem to have some blaster damage here. And he's like going over your armor. What a shame. What a shame. I have a mechanic
Terrorist
here with...
attack, terrorist attack. Terrible thing. Maybe you heard about it.
Really? You
There
were
was
involved
this,
with that?
There was this party that got out of hand. Nothing too serious.
Dargo sends a message to Toby.
Several
Stop talking right now.
explosions.
Stop talking right now.
So I think I need
Like-
a deception roll from Jax, right? Because you're like, no, it was a party.
Can
Yeah, it's
I-
like
Terrorist
that's got
attack.
out of hand.
You've heard of the band, yes?
Am I able to help out with this?
Yes.
No, that was my help out right there. That was an excellent help out.
Okay, well then you two can handle it. You got it. I'll
Okay.
just stand there and just smile. And just be
I
like,
had narrative help out, dude. What do you have?
me?
So
Yeah.
What is my opposition for
one red,
this?
4 purple.
Well, I wanted to hear your line.
1 red, 4 purple.
Yeah.
Oh, only.
He's
Okay.
a senator,
So
not a
the
moron.
good news is, as a Bothan, I think you have the ability
Yep.
to lie better. You ignore
Yes,
something.
I ignore 1 black die. He has no black
No
die.
black die.
You
sorry.
downgrade a purple to a black if there's
Just
no
because
black
you're
left.
furry and cute.
Oh,
Okay, so you have 3 purple, 1 black, and 1 red.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail this miserably, by the
You
way.
have 1 blue from
Use a force die.
be.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, use a fourth eye and get the blue in there.
Actually, is it that important that he believes
Yeah.
I'll lie?
Because now that we said it,
Come on, guys. Can't keep
I'm
giving
still-
can't keep
I'm
giving
still-
Jack's advice.
Yeah.
I'm still not gonna make it. Let's see.
I'm not gonna make it. Hold together.
I can't hold
I have you now.
Let's see. I have 3 green on this, and I'm facing 1 red, 3 purple, 1 black. Getting
You
one
also have a
blue.
blue, I think, from.
Yeah, I've got a blue. But it's, you know, gotta be pretty hard, I think.
Yeah,
And
well, that's what you get when you put your foot in your mouth, huh?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll it.
yeah,
Let's see what happens.
no, it was a party that got out of hand, you know.
Hey, no, don't